All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. If she be down the ride, oh, I bet that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Everybody good? Everybody cool? Everybody clean? Everybody crisp? Everybody hairy? Let's talk. I want you to stop for a second. I want you to think, if you had a moment to talk to yourself at 20 years old, and you had about 20 minutes to give some advice, don't be embarrassed about this. What would you say? Would you actually try to change your path, or would you stay on the same path? It's a personal question, but nobody knows you in the comment section. It's definitely something, and if you start writing stuff, some other people may identify with the same thing you say, but that's not part of the video. I just want to know, are you proud of where you're at, or would you change where you're at right now? I believe we all had to go through a struggle to get where we are. What is going on with the post office? Man, 5 months ago I mentioned that we were gonna go through some changes, but I didn't think those changes was gonna affect your boy. But it seems like it's coming around and boop, bop me in the back of my head. There are some changes that are coming, and it's kind of got me confused, because here's the thing. If they are getting rid of some stations, then you obviously don't need the 204Bs or the supervisors that are there. Some of you guys have 2 in the daytime, 2 in the night, and then you have a postmaster, you have a manager of distribution. You have a lot of things that managers there. What happens to them? And really, what happens to these people? I don't know. When they get moved over to the post office itself or a plant, their job becomes null and void. I would assume. But what happens when these people come over to these plants? See, I'm under the impression, and we just got some news recently, that our plant was no longer going to be a PNDC, processing and distribution center. It was going to be an LNDC, which is a logistics and distribution center. What is the difference? Hell if I know. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out myself. But again, if I could go back in time and say, man, Jay, really, are you gonna stick with this? I'm gonna say yes, because I'm here for the ride. I want to see where this journey goes. I had a gentleman talk to me today, because I was a little frustrated. And I said, man, I don't want to do what I'm doing right now, because in case you guys didn't know, and I ain't ashamed to say it, I stepped up for a second. They call it step up. They call it up. For those that know, or if those that don't know, I ain't going to explain it. I was up for a few minutes, and I didn't feel like my input was being valued, and I still don't to this day. And then sometimes I go back and I watch my own videos and me talking to you guys saying, hey, stick through it, push through it. And I'm wondering if I just talk a crock of shit sometimes. But no, I'm about ready to tap out, and that's not a J thing. I'm talking to you guys. Maybe you guys think I'm just rambling, but oh man, everything that I put my energy into, it just doesn't seem like it's getting anywhere. And then I'm hearing about all these changes, and I'm about to jump ship. Man, I wonder what's gonna happen to the transportation world. Are we gonna lose out on some stations? Are we gonna get some unassigned regulars now because we're losing stations? Are we gonna gain some new ones? Are we gonna get rid of contractors? There's so much going on here, and the uncertainty is just like blowing my head up. But there's one thing for certain. I'll always have a job. Now, when it comes down to the truck drivers and pretty much any employee, if you get displaced from your location, you can travel. They can pretty much give you the option to go within 50 miles of your location. That would suck if you only live 1.5 miles from the place you work, like I do, that you got to travel up to 50 miles away. I'm dead smack in the middle of my seniority. I don't have to worry about much. But then what about all the new people? Are they going to start getting rid of some mail handlers? Are they going to get rid of processing clerks? Are they going to combine things? I'm still in awe. Don't feel like You guys are the only ones that are going through these changes, because I know there are people that are going through changes, and sometimes it seems like I'm arrogant because I'm talking, yeah, I know this, I know that. Honestly, I don't know everything. I really don't. Again, I'm on this and along for the ride. But what happens next? This 10-year plan, there's a lot going on. I was just reading something that by December, they're going to have a ton of these electric vans by Ford, look it up, that are going to be in place. I think 94,000, something like that. 94,000 are going to be in place, which is not a lot, but by the end of next year, they're going to have the remaining, and it's just a lot to absorb. I know they're doing surveys on every single facility, whether or not one facility is worth keeping. Oh, here's the thing, if you made it this far, if your building is a standalone building and it has a window and it has carriers and the building belongs to the post office, you should be good. What DeJoy is attempting to do is get rid of anything that we lease or any space that we're leasing, because it just kind of seems null and void to be leasing a space for the amount of money that these people pay. Those are the ones that they tend to say, okay, well, we're going to relocate this one here or combine it with another one. And there's a lot going on in my location and my whole area. So if you have a window, I believe anything that has a window is going to be fine. The ones that are just spaces like annexes that just have carriers that are going out, those are the ones that are usually rented or leased. Those might be relocated, combined with another space. There's just so many questions. I was thinking about switching crafts, but all I know is I'm a truck driver. I don't know nothing else. I'm just a dumb truck driver. So again, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of questions, and this is just a ramble from Jay, but this is also a conversation. This is where you guys conversate with each other. Everybody's getting in the comment section and they giving each other feedback. I love it. I love it. You guys are pretty much doing the hype that I've been trying to give you. The ones that are sticking through it and they saying, hey, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You giving your stories, which is something that I can read and say, hey, this person said they were there from such and such. But when they hear it from the horse's mouth, it's something different. It touches people different. This is what it is, a community. Guy just wrote down, he was like, oh, my whole VMF crew, they're all subscribed to you. And I'm like, well, you know, they pretty much know everything I'm talking about. I get some information before a lot of people, but they kind of know. But I thank you guys for still watching. But we're going to keep on grinding and keep trying to figure out about this career. And I know a lot of the older people, there's another thing. See, there's so much that's going on. I just keep rambling. A lot of these people that are in there that are worried about their jobs are usually people that got years left. But I'm hearing a lot of ramblings between the managers, and I'm sure you guys, if you ask one of these managers that's been there for a minute, they'll turn around with this nonchalant attitude, talking about, oh, I got 3 years left. I'm gonna be out of here. I'm just waiting for this guy to buy us out. Buy them out, meaning that whole attrition thing where they just give them a lump sum of money and they buy all these managers out. Give them like 3 years of salary at their pay rate, and then they buy them out early. And I don't know if that's a thing where I'm located, but a lot of these people that are at the top of those pay scales, those $100,000 and more, that's what they keep running at the mouth. Oh, I'm on a couple years. Man, I got 16 years left. Oh, you know, I'm nowhere near that. But that's that whole, it's kind of a slap in my face, because I'm like, yo, but what about the little people? The little people that still got to grind. So don't think I'm talking, you know, I know it all. I ask these same questions, the same questions y'all ask me. I ask the same question. What about the little people? We still gonna have some jobs? We came here for some jobs. We will always have a job, but will it be in the same location is the question. There's a lot of rambling, y'all. There's a lot of rambling. And then, you know, you ask the unions, and the unions tend to say, well, I'm not sure. I've got to find out what's going on. One of the union clerks rolled past me on a forklift today, and I was like, yo, what's up? We all going to have a job? He said, I'm going to have a job. I like, well, come on, man. We know you're going to have a job, but what is really going on? Y'all ain't never really heard Jay just ramble sometimes. Jay is rambling off the top of the head because I look confused right now. This ain't a good look for me, right? No, this is a real look for me, because this just goes to show I'm just you. I'm just you. Just been there a little bit longer, absorbed a little more information. That's it. And I get more information from people like you. You guys send me the information via email, anything. I Google a lot of stuff, but you know, it is what it is. With all that being said, Postal family, check out Miss K, her channel, because she's doing some updated stuff about what we have going on in our plant. Check out my other wild channel. I think I have it in the video description. And check out any of the other people that are in the video description, because each person has their own thing going on. Nick has his own thing going on. It's just everybody has their own perspective from different parts of the country, and it's good to get feedback from everybody. With that being said, this is JH, and we out.